And my name is Arandru Nyabuto, George Nyabuto. I'm an resident of Nakuru. I stay in Nakuru for many years. I've worked here for many years. I worked for Mirugi as a personal assistant, and I've been here all through. And I can plan for politics. I can engage in politics. I can strategize in politics. I can do networking. I can mobilize in politics. I can do political logic. I can do political psychology in politics. So I can maneuver and I can strategize and I can scheme in politics. So I'm going to talk about the eight rhinos in both Kenya Kwanza and Azimio. Those people, Hydliners are the people who fear for the unknown. They are Hydliners because maybe they are fearing that if something happens, they will be helped, they will be kicked out, watapushiwa nyuma, because wanaogopa ya kwamba kama mambo yanaweza patirika, if something can change in politics. And you know, in the politics we start from the known to unknown, not from the unknown to known. So those headliners, like in the Kenya Kwanza, we have Deputy President Rigathi is a great headliner. You know, for him to understand, because he's afraid if there is a handshake between Papa and His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, he will be the first casualty, because he remembers what happened during the handshake of Papa Raila Odinga and His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. You know, the casualty was Ruto after the handshake, and now this one is happening the first year, in the first term. You know, mostly handshakes are done in second year, in second term of elections. But this one has happened in the first year, in fact, in the first year in office. So for me, I fear and I sympathize with Rigathi, because I see now he's fearing for the unknown, because he says that he cannot even greet Papa. If he greets Papa, he will be mad. He will atakuwa wazimu. So I think that's very dangerous. Yeah, a leader in that caliber, a leader in that caliber saying that is strange. That's not good. That's not proper. So what I can say is that now the trainers in Kenya Kwanza, they are fearing that if there is a handshake, they will be the first casualty. They want to be helped, that they want to go out, they want to be pushed to the corner. You know, they say a politician without ambition is dead. So everybody has ambition. When you become an MP, an MCA, you aim higher. From MCA, you become an MP. From MP, you become a governor. From a governor, you become the president. From the deputy president, from the ministers, you become the president, or the deputy prime, or the minister, or the prime ministers. So in Kenya, you know, our political landscape, our political trend, our political setup, you know, the way it was set, you know, in African context, in African setup, you know, in Kenya, that's what we call heterogeneous. Kenya is a heterogeneous society. There is so many societies, so many tribes coming together, making one nation. Kenya is not an homogeneous society. It is a heterogeneous society where you have so many tribes coming together, forming our Kenya as a nation. So in a heterogeneous society like Kenya, it is difficult to rule because of the tribes, because of the different cultures, because of different political persuasions, because of different political dispensations, because of cultures, and because of political environment, different from different societies, from different cultures, or from different situations. So in Kenya, it needs a president. If you want to rule well, you must get advisors from which community, from which society, from which tribe, so that you can be able to be advised from that point of courage of view, from that point of that tribe. Because in Kenya, it's what we call inclusivity. Inclusivity, each tribe, it feels that now you want to be inclusive when you enter government. Well, a government is formed when you feel that one of your own is included in that government. Instead in that setup, is in that eclipse, is in that advisors, is part of the system, is part of the government, is part of the state, is part of the nation. So The Italians, I agree and I sympathize. I sympathize with them because if a change happens, if there is transformation, if there is change in the political setup, the first casualties are the Italians because they fear, because they are near to the accessibility to power, the proximity to power, so they fear that if somebody comes strong, it will help them, it will push them out. So I agree that they are fearing for the unknown, they are fearing that they will be pushed from power. But remember, when something happens, when change comes, it always sweeps, it will sweep those Etirainas. Those who are Etirainas are always hated by the people, are hated by the system, are hated by the voters, by the electorate. So they have no friends because of their Etirainas stance. So they are both they are both they are in both they are in both systems. They are in both coalitions. They are in both persuasions. They are in the Kenya Kwanza and they are in Azimio. So we understand for them, but we pity for them that during their time, they always they cowards live longer, but they suffer the most. They live longer, yes, cowards, but they suffer the most because they are always suffering. They live longer because they are cowards, but they suffer the most. Change in any government, after handshake or after an arrangement which has been arranged by the system, and for those who are pro-system and maybe those who are opposition want to joining the government, the first casualties are always headliners because they add no value. They are valueless. They have nothing to add because they are always afraid. That's why I say the cowards live longer, but they suffer the most. So when change comes, when the reshuffle comes, if there is a new arrangement, if there is a new handshake coming, the sufferers will those headliners because they will be kicked out and bring people with sobriety, people with supermind, people who, because they say small minds talk about people, average mind talk about events, but the great minds talk about ideas. They bring people with great minds who talk about it, the ideas, who will talk about the economy of the country, about the unification of the country, about the goodness of the country, about the culture, the social, political, and economical dimension, economical unification of the country. We bring people who can add value to the political landscape, to the political environment, and who will move the country forward to the next level. You know, we are in the 22nd century. Our GDP is still not very good. We are still following from IMF and the World Bank. We are still being neo-colonialism, the neo-colonialism. We are colonized. We need what we call it political social renaissance. We need a path from the past. How do we go there? It's because by getting visionary transformative leadership. It's by getting visionary transformative leadership. People, a leadership which sees far, a leadership which sees Rigathi, which sees what are the problems, what are the economical, socio, and political problems of this particular nation, of this particular tribe, of this particular or this particular setup, this particular society, this particular community.